welcome to another episode of Running Greenleaf. We go through the nitty gritty of operating real estate, and one of those key things is people. Today we have Kathryn with us, who's been with Greenleaf for over 10 years now.
Yes.
So she's seen lots of changes over the years. So we're going to go a little bit back in time and go through what her journey's been like at Greenleaf. But I wanted to start with, I feel like one of those QVC people, like advertising stuff for sale. It's not really for sale.
Not for sale.
But when you first met Kathryn, you were with Multi-Housing Advisors.
Correct.
So brokerage shop here in Atlanta.
Yes.
That eventually was sold
Cushman Wakefield.
Cushman Wakefield.
Right.
But we still have their original company here. This is probably a collector's item. It's like, this is 8 years old.
Forever.
Yeah. So still going strong. It's a Yeti cup, so I guess it's indestructible. I don't know. But yeah, 10 years. Did you think you'd be here for 10 years?
I hoped that I would. That's always been my goal, to have a 10-year tenure.
Yeah.
And yeah, I made it here.
Did you think Josh and I would be able to keep this thing together for 10 years? Or were you like, we'll see how they do?
No, I knew that you would. I knew that you would. Just watching the that dynamic between the two of you, seeing another entrepreneurial venture grow, become huge. I knew that you all had the components to keep it going. Yeah, for sure.
So you're director of services right now.
I am.
So you oversee all sorts of different divisions within Greenleaf and how things are operating. Right. Do you remember what the first role or the first function you did when you joined here?
Sure. Well, it was everything. It was general operations, actually. So I sat at the front desk. So I answered the door. I opened the mail. I stocked the bathroom. I threw the events. I handled evictions, business licensing. Onboarding, ordering uniforms, which set me up well to do what I do now, which is know a little bit about the various departments.
Yeah.
Good.
I remember one of the times when you first started working here, you bought the house in Decatur.
Yes.
Right. And you were working on the backyard and making it amazing and had hot tub and all this stuff out there. I was like, this was like a little party house that you put together. That was your, we're big into goals and just going through like, hey, what are individual and corporate goals that we're tracking? And that was always on your radar of what are you doing to make this backyard into like an oasis within the city?
Absolutely. I use that as my example of how goals can help personally. I would have done it eventually, probably, maybe, but this is what pushed me to do it, put a deadline and just get it done. Because I wanted to be able to come in and say, I did this, and everyone would be happy, and it would be cool.
Yes. What do you think, when you think about goals as a whole, what do you think one of your most challenging goals was that you went through?
Absolutely. So I went back to school, finished my undergrad late in life, and I was working full-time and going to school full-time. And as I neared the end, I went double full-time at school, and I thought I was going to have to leave Greenleaf and just do that. I put everything in order, and I told my boss, hey, I have to resign, not because I want to, but because I have to finish school. And her reaction, it was Sharon, was, wait 1 minute. And she talked to you all and came back and said, no, you don't have to do that. We're here to support you in your goals. And I was able to work around that and earn my undergrad in business, which I now, would have that's a qualification for the job that I have now.
Yeah.
So it worked out. That was definitely one of the most challenging and fulfilling.
Yeah. School and work at the same time is exhausting.
Yeah. It was intense.
And being a mom, right? It's like, don't forget that one mixed in there.
Yeah. I had a son in high school, getting him through. So yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. So that's challenging. Obviously challenging. That wasn't a short-term goal either. But what do you think about, we normally have a pretty good working relationship and people are social here at Greenleaf, and there's always some funny stuff that happens over the years. And if you look back on some of these things, like what's something you remember over the 10-year period, maybe an older one or even a newer one of like a quasi ridiculous moment that you look back on now, you're like, okay, yeah, that actually happened.
There have been so many. We've had a lot of fun. You'll hear a lot of laughter at our company. Yeah. Okay. I remember earlier on at the first office, we had the big Greenleaf logo sign that lit up. You remember?
Yeah. Yep.
So on Friday afternoons, we would turn it on so the colors would.
Oh, we had the LED, the circular LED things on it.
Yes. And I sat at the front. So I would play 80s music, and a bunch of us would just kind of like completely just break it down and jam and dance right in front of the sign that was flashing colors. And it was cool.
Yeah.
We had a good time. We worked hard, but we had a good time.
So one of our biggest things here is our holiday party that we do each year. So you've been to quite a few of them now,
Many.
right? You look back on all those holiday parties. Which one do you think was the most unique? And you're like, what are we doing here?
Oh,
Because we went from the Mexican restaurant where we had to move out into the parking lot,
yep. Taqueria El Vecino,
right? And then we were at in Norcross for a couple of years.
crossing station.
Yep. And then what did we do it last year? Last year was still in Norcross. But I remember the very first holiday party though, when people didn't want to come because it started at like 4:00, and everyone was like, "Oh, we got to work until 5." I was like, "No, you can actually leave to come to the company holiday party. You didn't have to work through it."
Yeah. Everyone that was there will never forget Stephanie breaking out on the dance floor, Vanilla Ice Baby. She knew every single word, and all the dance steps. And so her team obviously loved it. We all loved it. It made her very relatable, and it was a lot of fun.
Yep.
And still is requested to this day.
For her to appear.
Absolutely.
I remember going. Remember Lynn?
Yes.
Worked with us. So Lynn Day was our controller accountant who eventually retired with us. But I remember one evening she was like, "Okay, we're gonna go out." It was with you and some of your friends and Lynn, and they're like, "Oh, we're just gonna go to karaoke." Like I was like, "Okay, how this can't be too awkward." I don't know if I've ever been so like amazed at my inability at something as when that happened.
Doesn't happen very often, Dave.
Well, I was like, wow. At first I was like, I'll do some karaoke. We get there. I was like, there's zero chance. There's zero chance that I'm going after any of you or your friends when in karaoke. I was like, this is super impressive. So.
Yeah, pretty impressive. Well, you told me the other day, someone that has a goal to get 7 yeses a week, 7 no's.
7 no's.
So,
yep.
Dave, will you go to karaoke with me?
Probably not. As long as I go prior, as long as I go first. Because then people was just like, it obviously he's not very good. Look, he's not very good at all. But I'm not going after.
Okay.
That would be embarrassing.
I get that.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So didn't quite get a no-ish. So, okay, cool.
Yeah. So, all right. You think about all of the things we've done at Greenleaf and the different asset classes and the different closings and the different things that we've been at. What do you think is one memorable experience like with a specific type of asset class that was like a challenge that we had to work through?
Yeah. We ventured into the mobile home market, and we weren't familiar with it. And we really love to learn as we go and get really good at things really quickly. And the challenges that came from that, what I can tell you is it was a huge education, right? And my part was the insurance part, and kind of understanding how you break down the insurance in a mobile home. You have the plat, the home itself, then you have the liability piece, which depends on location. So for me, that was the most challenging in the insurance part. And I know other team members in their departments, they learned a lot from the mobile home portfolio as well.
That was certainly a roller coaster of education.
It really was.
Yeah. But what do you think, looking at Greenleaf and all the new stuff we're trying to do, what do you see happening in the next 10 years? Kind of in real estate, your career, what are you looking to accomplish? You have a new like big goal that's out there that you want to do, or?
I do. There's a role that I have my eye on for the long term. Okay, we'll keep that under wraps.
It's in there. Yeah.
It's in there. It's not your spot. I'm letting you. I'm realistic. I would love to see Greenleaf be a household name, be very recognizable in the region. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
yeah, just in our particular region, one of the huge players and big names in our business.
Yeah. So in your 10 years, we've done over 100 deals
Yeah.
in that time frame,
Yeah.
right? And we used to kind of have them by number and we would know what they are. And that's kind of changed over the years. Like, what was that number? They kind of blend together a little bit more.
I still remember, I do remember some of the numbers, but.
Do you remember your first one?
L004 Foxwood, maybe?
6. Foxwood was 6.
Foxwood is 6, okay.
Edgewood was 4.
Okay, Edgewood was 4. Okay.
Hey, so that's about as early as it gets.
Early on. I know Amber was 8.
Yep.
Okay, got that one.
We still have that one. That one's still going strong.
We do.
Yep.
Yeah.
We still got deal number, I think 8 is our oldest. Yeah, 8. We have deal 10,
Okay.
deal 23. So we still got some of the older ones in there. Those are a lot of deals we bought from these guys, from the multi-housing advisor, MHA guys.
I think you met us in Duluth and Saddle Creek, I think, with the members associated with those. Yep.
Over the years, what do you think, if you're looking at advice that you would give another team member that's starting with Greenleaf or looking at Greenleaf, what do you think you would tell them as something key to having a successful career, either here or in real estate?
Yeah, absolutely. Something I learned at Greenleaf, and it will help you in your career. It will help you in your life. It will help you as a human being. It is problem, solution, recommendation, right? And the easiest thing to do is find problems. Super easy. Anyone can do it. No talent involved. But to actually identify a solution, and then most importantly, make a recommendation. And so that's what, if you're starting at Greenleaf, do that. When you walk into someone's office, don't just tell a problem. Tell the problem. It's fine. But what's your recommendation? Okay. And that's critical to your success overall.
Yes.
And I learned that here.
Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah, it's easy to identify. There's always there's always things that are breaking. Yep. I think kind of the statement of, if you're driving a car and there's not a few loose bolts, it's like you're probably not driving it hard enough. So there's always going to be something rattled around. You're like, what is the problem that you can identify? It's like, yeah, providing that recommendation of, here's some solutions. This is what I think we should do. That's a great one.
Yep.
No. So cool. Yeah. What else do you think over the past 10 years has been memorable?
Oh, wow. Just
you got some people coming up behind you that are going to hit their 10-year marks. And then we'll have a little class of people going through this kind of critical point in time of 10 years in our organization.
Yeah, I think sure. And the most memorable piece is that really it's the development that I've seen of certain really talented individuals. Sandra is a great example. Started as a leasing consultant and then property manager, and now a lead.
Yep.
Right? And it really is a reminder that there is growth opportunity here. There is mentorship here, and people that have that work hard and bring abilities to the table. Their particular abilities will be honored, developed, and growth will happen. And I've experienced that myself, and I have seen it, and it just gives me a lot of joy.
Awesome. Cool. All right. Well, thank you very much, Kathryn. 10 years is awesome. It's been a pleasure working with you, and hopefully we have 10 more years and do all sorts of cool, exciting stuff. Yeah. I'm excited to hear what your secret goal is that you'd like. So we'll get to that at some point. That'll be another one. So cool. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Appreciate it.